Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
Make your property rock and roll with services from G&S Excavating, specializing in white sand, compost, mulch, topsoil, landscape gravel, and steel landscape edging. Turn to the pros who know how to make your project shine with years of experience. The best part is they're locally owned and operated. Choose from a vast selection of mulch and rock from their conveniently located facility at number 3 Valley Road in Lawrenceburg, just off Buffalo Road. Phone 931-279-3841 and get started.
Hey, this is Phil Hooper. Get the look you want for your favorite school, church, or business with apparel from HD Ink Screen Printing in Leoma, Tennessee. Got a logo you need embroidered or screen printed? Let HD Ink give you the professional look that sets the bar in today's world. We do fundraisers and custom designed apparel and so much more. Call today, 931-201-2961, or come see us at our new shop located at 26 Ingram Road in Leoma. Remember, HD Ink for the look you want and the look you deserve.
A moment in real estate with my dad, Jeff Luke.
You know, I get asked a lot about what the market's going to do. How's the real estate market? I've been selling real estate for a long time, and nobody has a crystal ball. And you know what? When it's your time to buy or your time to sell, it really doesn't matter what the market's doing. It's your time, and you have to do something maybe. What makes a difference is the agents and the experience that go to work for you. We're Keller Williams Hood Company, located here in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. We can help.
Hood Company, powered by Keller Williams, the #1 name in real estate.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
And welcome everybody here to X Sports Today. AJ Goodwood, Taylor Plott, Bryant, Gobble, and Michael Marks. And guys, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Not just the Christmas
feels
tree
like it
behind us. It snowed most of the morning. My kids were loving it. They're about the only ones in the area loving all the snow, especially my little girl. She tried to keep catching it with her mouth. Doing that all morning. She had a blast with that, but it is snowing. Not what I had on my bingo card on December 2nd in the South, but it's a welcome change.
Yeah, and well, I was telling you guys as we were getting started that it's also looking like Christmas for college students, those that have like grad classes such as me, or if you're still working on your undergrad, like papers and finals are coming due. So I was up late last night working on a paper, so you know it's Christmas time when that starts coming around too.
Not envious of you.
It's hopefully the reward will be worth the pain, but yeah,
we hope so. Especially you're going through all that. We hope it is worth it there at the end of the day. Well, what was I going to say? Well, yeah, I'm going to be in 80-degree weather in Orlando by the end of the week. So definitely
that's a lot better.
Be at Disney World with all the littles. So, no, I love Disney World. Anyways, guys, the coaching carousel is still hot and alive right now. Michigan State has hired Pat Fitzgerald. Kentucky is replacing Mark Stoops with offensive coordinator of Oregon, Stein. And Penn State has shifted their focus to BYU's Kalani Sitake. So just kind of the reaction. And Bob Chesney set to be the head coach at UCLA. So, guys, just your thoughts here on everything that's happened in the last day or so.
I think Kentucky made a home run hire getting Stein. He's a young guy at Oregon. He's got some ties to the state of Kentucky. Obviously played at Louisville in the late 2000s. So, you know, he's got ties to the area, and he's a young guy, 36 years old, getting his first head coaching gig. You know, if he can keep the recruiting up like it was at Oregon, it feels crazy to say this, but watch out for Kentucky football.
Yep.
It's about as good as Kentucky could do. I don't think they were ever going to go out and get some big name. It was always going to be some up-and-comer new guy that needs to get a shot. I'm glad they had they had to have a short list when they fired Mark Stoops. You're behind the 8 ball if you don't already have names in your mind and already back-channeling some communication before they fired Mark Stoops. I was kind of worried for Kentucky that they fired Mark Stoops and didn't really have a plan ready. But they had this name already. As quick as it got done, like he was probably at the top of their short list. So that's about as good as they could do.
Yeah, about as good as Kentucky could do. I completely agree with that. BYU hire, or the Penn State hire to get the head coach from BYU, I honestly didn't even think about that. But when I saw that, it kind of hit me. It was like, you know what? That's actually a legit good hire, I think. I mean, he BYU is one of those where, yes, they have a storied program. I think that they were like really good in like the 80s, I think is what it was. They're really good in the 80s, and they've been fairly consistent over the past handful of years. And it still takes a little bit more to be able to win and win consistently and actually be very competitive across the college football landscape at a place like BYU. And for him to be able to do that, I would think that should be able to translate into the Big Ten, and specifically at a program like Penn State. And, we've talked about this opening for, gosh, how many months is it?
It's one of the first.
It's one of the first. It's been a while now. And there are a lot of people that were saying, okay, well, is Penn State, is that a good job now? And I really think it is. It's still Penn State. It's still a huge brand in not only the Big Ten, but also the entire country. Right. And, I mean, that is, one, that's a step up for him to be able to go from BYU to a place like Penn State. But I feel like he is going to be able to use the brand of Penn State. And Franklin didn't leave that place in shambles. It was just a horrible season that just went off the rails like crazy. And they still got a lot of good recruits. They still got a good amount of things going for them. That is a good hire. That is a good job, and I think that he will succeed there.
I'm a bit shocked by it because, he's Mormon.
Yeah,
very religious.
So that's why I'm curious. Is it a done deal?
No, it's not a done
deal.
So he went there because he went there. He played there. He was a long time assistant there. So it's really, when I saw his name, I'm like, this is really
weird.
So was it? Did they hire him, or was it still okay? It's still a done
deal. He's the name at the top of their.
Okay, I thought it was a done. I thought it was a done deal.
Now, like one of the biggest supplement brands is getting involved. Their owner and Crumble Cookies.
That's what I'm bringing
Crumble Cookies.
Is getting involved in this.
Yeah.
Like, this is getting nuts.
I honestly still lean on the side that he'll stay at BYU with all the things that you just mentioned. Like, it's hard for me to believe until I see it happen that he's going to go to Penn State with all those connections that you just saw.
He's got that place rolling. He's been the head coach there forever. He's a great guy. He's a perfect fit for BYU.
I thought that they had hired him.
Maybe he just wants a new challenge.
I think
that could be it.
I think it's something that's kind of stemmed from the past couple of years. BYU has had a tremendous record the entire time he's been the head coach, and they're 11-1 and outside the playoff right now. I think he wants to go to at Penn State because if you go 11-1 at Penn State, you're probably number 3, number 4 in the country. I think he wants to go somewhere where he can build up a program that actually gets some respect from the media because outside of Provo, who's really talking about BYU?
And on top of that, recruiting is way easier.
Way easier.
I mean, you think about it. You can bring in a 5-star guy, and then he's got to go on a mission.
Yep.
You might not have him for a year. Everyone else gets a 5-star, can play him right away.
Yeah.
But BYU has changed a lot over the years. I think that affects other sports more than what it does football. But and then I'm a little shocked that Michigan State goes for Pat Fitzgerald. I mean, in this day and age, everything going on, guys, they try to stay away from some of these scandal-ridden coaches, especially the way Pat Fitzgerald, because I saw all this and I saw that they were going to hire him, and I went back and reread a lot of the reports and even some of the official court documents, and guys, it's
not good.
Not good.
Yeah,
Not good.
And to go from, obviously there was Jonathan Smith in the middle, but to go from Mel Tucker to another coach and then Pat Fitzgerald, it's not a good look for the
still just boggles my
exactly.
mind.
It's not a good look for the program, and you're hiring a coach that hasn't really coached in the NIL era.
Right.
I mean, obviously I respect Fitzgerald, think he's a good head coach, but he hasn't coached the last 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
That is huge when it comes to this. You got to know how to recruit the portal. You have to know how to, offer NIL, how that stuff works.
It's a little easier Michigan State than Northwestern because of the academic part of it. It still cracks me up about Mel Tucker. He sexually harassed the sexual harassment advisor to the team. Like
how?
Like how dumb can you
be?
Like of all the women in the world, like that guy, that girl.
I mean, that's almost as bad as the Ed Ogeron situation that when he left.
Talk about that.
But and then on top of that, Boston College is going to retain Bill O'Brien, raise his financial commitment. Like again, same with Wisconsin.
Why are you waiting?
Yeah, like now you're going to give him more money. You realize that you're behind, and now you're going to give him more money. Wisconsin gives Lou Fickle more money, and guess what? They become one of the hardest teams to beat in the Big Ten.
And you look at how many of these Boston College games that maybe that, I don't know how much the money was, but how much that could have played an impact. A 2-point loss to Michigan State, 10-point loss to Stanford, 4-point loss to Cal. They had a couple of blowouts in there, but for the most part, they were staying with some of these teams, only losing by 2 points to Georgia Tech. They were right there for most of the season, just couldn't get over the hump. And, it's crazy that you have to wait for it to get that bad for an athletic department to be like, okay, we'll put extra funds into football and try to make it good.
Yeah. One of the things that I do wonder about, because you do see this throughout the job landscape, not only just in the country, but just in the world in general, where, you might be an employee and you're like, hey, I could really use some things here. Hey, and then at some point you're like, all right, I got like another job calling, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, wait, here you go, here you go. So, yep, I've actually been there, done that. That's it's very true. It does happen, and so I am kind of curious if maybe because you think that especially at Wisconsin, good coach, good program, but now you're saying, okay, well, we need to invest more money in the football facilities and everything. It does kind of make me wonder if he was kind of like, hey, there's some other, maybe they caught wind of some people trying to pluck them away, and they're like, okay, well, maybe now we need to throw some money.
Wisconsin is a school that doesn't even have baseball. There's not an extra sport for that money to go to. In the case of Wisconsin, right there for Boston College. Obviously they had Tommy Castellanos last year, the quarterback from Florida State. They had an all right year, had some upsets in there, but for the most part, they kind of just rode the high from those first couple of wins last year and weren't great after that. I don't know if Bill O'Brien's the guy. I know he's got a good track record as a head coach. He spent some time at Penn State. He's been with the Patriots. He's been with the Texans. I just don't know if he's going to be able to win with the resources he's going to get at Boston College.
Yep. It's good to take a look at what happened in this past week in the NFL. A lot of games, especially on Thursday. We had some on Friday. Looking at the list, guys, the Cowboys, an impressive win against the Chiefs.
Watch out for the Cowboys.
Yeah, watch out for the Bengals, too. Joe Burrow's back, and they go in the Baltimore dominate. The Bears might be proven to be a little bit better than what we thought they were. They're actually the top seed in the NFC.
And I'm really impressed with the way they did that. We talked about the Eagles being a big physical team. Kyle Monunga, 22 carries, $130 and a touchdown. DeAndre Swift, 18 carries, $125 and a touchdown for the Bears.
First time they've done it since, 89?
Yeah.
200-yard rushers.
That's incredible.
The Eagles are sliding, though. I think they're like 4-4 out of the last 8. They something weird like that. And you don't let 2 running backs run over you for 250 plus. That is weird for the Eagles to do that. The Bears are good, but I don't think you should get kind of ran over like the Eagles did. They were not the aggressors in that game, and that's weird to see from the Eagles team coming off the Super Bowl.
Texans good win in Indianapolis. The Dolphins, hey, they're still alive. They're 4-3 at
Can't
home.
Figure them out.
You can't figure out the Falcons either. Just lost in New York. About the Panthers knocking off the Rams.
That may have been the most impressive win of the day.
The Panthers are legit. I don't think that they're obviously the best team in the NFL, but
they're not a pushover.
They're not a pushover, and they just knocked off probably the best team in the NFL.
Their defense. They have a really good defense, and Bryce is playing well. He's not playing MVP caliber. He's not even inside the top 5 quarterbacks, but
that's all they need.
He's playing well, and the defense is taking care of business.
Bills dominated. That's because of where we live. That's the only game that we.
Yep.
What was it was that invite? Oh man, our 3:30 slate was awful.
I think it was Vikings Seahawks.
It was.
Do you got Red Zone?
No,
it might be a smart. It might be a smart investment.
I love Red Zone.
I thought it was going to. Is it not on ESPN all thing? It's in or is that
maybe
next year?
I think it might
be next year.
Okay, I used to have it. I miss it.
I love Red Zone. That's something that I will splurge for every football season. I've been watching it for 2 or 3 years now.
It's coming to ESPN.
It's great.
Year.
It's great.
When I used to have DirecTV, that's how I watched.
Yep.
As long as ESPN doesn't ruin it, it's great.
It's not.
Here's hoping.
They haven't ruined
inside the NBA.
Inside
yeah, they've let that go on.
Bills again. The Bills were pretty dominant. Played pretty good there. The Broncos. They're just a team that just plays with their food.
Yeah.
They play to the level of their competition. Now they beat their competition, but they play to the level of it. Yes, they can go beat the Eagles on the road, but then they go to Washington and have to win in overtime.
That was a great game.
It was a great game.
That was fun to watch.
It was a great game.
There was amazing plays and amazing catches. Like Bo Nix's first touchdown pass. Like I don't know if you saw that one. That was
incredible.
That was incredible. And I'm like, okay, that's the play of the game. And then Traylon Burks has like a one-headed grab.
Yeah,
that was insane. Like as a Titans fan, that was like a dagger going through my heart. I'm like, oh great.
What do you mean he's doing this?
Oh, he can catch a touchdown pass. Great. He never did that with the Titans. I don't think he ever caught a touchdown pass with the Titans.
Maybe one.
I think his one touchdown was like him recovering a fumble in the end zone or something stupid like that. But either way, that was great for Traylon. Like that was a great. And then you go to overtime. Marcus Mariota making great plays. That was fun to watch. And again, as a Titans fan, it's like a little dagger shooting in your heart. Like man, Marcus Mariota's playing good, but. Anyways, as a football fan, I highly enjoyed that. Broncos sneak out another close one. Them and the Bears, they keep winning like one-score games. And you wonder if they can keep doing it or if it's going to come back to bite them.
But the Bears are like, it's like slimmest of margins, but like every game, it starts to widen. It starts to widen. Like
because it was the 1 points, then it's 6 points.
This is a 9-point win. I mean, and this is the best win in their schedule. When you look at the standings right now, and it's the NFC is just jam packed up there because of the NFC West. That has
and it's funny because
non-win teams
now with the Panthers beating the Rams, the Bears are the 1 seed in the NFC. I mean, who would have thought that coming into the year? They get a poke from Chicago, and then all of a sudden the Bears.
I think it was Kirk Cousins last year in Minnesota. They were like 10-0 or something like that, one-score games, and they played a lot of close games, and they came out on top. But when it came playoff time,
they lost the first game.
They lost the first game as maybe the 1 seed, 1 or 2 seed, or something like that.
Say,
so I hope this is not a repeat of that. Like these are completely different teams, completely different quarterbacks. But just because they're the Bears are the 1 seed, and they're just because the Broncos are playing well doesn't mean that come playoff time, they're going to be able to put it together. Something different clicks for these teams when it comes to playoff time.
And I remember a Steelers-Titans game a couple of years ago where both teams were like 8-1 or 9-0, and then both teams kind of fell off the map, so to speak, there at the end of the regular season. So the Bears and the Broncos seem like the most likely of victims, but I mean, who knows? Like you said, their margin of victory is getting wider.
If the season were to end today, the Bears would get the number 1 seed. They would get the bye, and then it'd be Rams, 49ers, Eagles, Packers, Buccaneers, Seahawks.
That's 3 amazing games.
In the NFC, when you go to the AFC, Patriots would get the first round bye. You have Broncos, Bills, Jaguars, Colts, Ravens, Chargers.
Colts are what you were just saying. They're kind of falling off. Like they're one of those teams. You see this most years in the NFL. There's a team that comes hot out of the gate. You're like, wow, where did this come from? They start off 8-0, 8-1, 8-2, something like that. But then the losses start piling up. I'll be interested. And it came out that Daniel Jones has like a fracture in his leg, so maybe he isn't.
Why is he playing?
I don't know. That's weird that he's not letting that heal up.
From what I was told, it's the fibula, right?
Yeah.
It's not a weight-bearing bone, so you can still do stuff with it.
But as someone who has broken that bone and fractured that bone before, it's pretty painful.
Oh yeah, it definitely. There's definitely discomfort there.
They can't feel a thing with what those doctors give them. But anyways, the Colts need to get it together because they're sliding.
Yeah, and everyone else behind them just keeps winning.
Except the Titans.
Except they're fighting for.
So think of this. With the going back to what the Cowboys are doing. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought about this the other day, and I was like, you know what? Over the past several years, as long as they've had Dak, they have been in so-called playoff contention. But they usually start off good, and then they start to fall off. Playoff happens, and they get knocked out. Is this the first time that we've seen them start crappy and now they're getting better? So could this be a complete turnaround to where they're getting hot going into the end of the season, and then the playoffs happen and all bets are off?
I mean, it's not crazy to think that, because you think all those years where the Cowboys were good, they started really good, finished really crappy. All those years they were bad, they were just bad the whole way through.
Yeah.
If they're a team that can prove they can get better, and with a win on Thanksgiving against the Chiefs, I mean, that's a great catalyst.
Yeah.
The Chiefs are kind of in a bad spot.
I'm
not
they're struggling
yet. I'm not. You can't ever count out the Chiefs. Like
No.
they could rattle off 5 straight.
I'll wait till another team is holding the Lombardi Trophy.
But what they have lost, that's been a complete advantage to them, is home field. Like they have lost home field advantage, and that's something that they've relied heavily on. Now, can anybody step up and take the AFC in the Chiefs' absence? It kind of stinks that the Chiefs have been in Joe Burrow's way. They've been in Lamar Jackson's way. And now nobody's really wanting to step up and take it. Now that Patrick Mahomes is, and the Chiefs are kind of like, okay, the league is open over here. Josh is kind of struggling. The Ravens are 6-6. Nobody wants to step up and take it. And Bo Nix is kind of stepping up and taking it in his second year. So it's really weird in the AFC right now. Like I thought, watching the Chiefs win and going to Super Bowl after Super Bowl, I'm like, okay, once the Chiefs finally take a step back, maybe Josh, maybe Lamar can cycle up, maybe Joe Burrow can cycle and finally win one. And all three of those guys are struggling this year. So I'll be curious to see who can come up and take it, because if nobody comes up and takes it, like the Chiefs could sneak backdoor their way in the playoffs and go to their 6th straight Super Bowl, however many they've played in. Like I'm not counting them out at all. It's just weird that all these other quarterbacks, they have the opportunity now, but they're not taking it.
Well, and it's crazy how good the young quarterback talent is. You look at the top teams in both conferences, the AFC, New England Patriots, Drake May, second-year guy. Bo Nix is in his third year?
Second year. This is second, I thought.
Okay, so second year for Bo Nix, and then, second or third year from Caleb Williams. So, I mean, you got three young quarterbacks that have the best records in football right now.
I forgot about Drake May. I watched that game last night. Yeah, they're
He's good.
Yeah.
They're good. Mike Vrabel's good. That's another dagger in the heart of Titans fans. They look good.
Yeah, they do. Well, guys, coming up next, we're going to play a little Keep 'em or Dump 'em when it comes to college football. That'll be when we return.
Are you looking for the perfect refrigerator? What about a new stove or washer or dryer? It only makes sense to shop at the one place that specializes in appliances, top to bottom, big or small. And that's Kelly Appliance in Lawrenceburg. Kelly Appliance is home to all major name brands, including LG. LG makes life good with a full selection of refrigerators, cooking appliances, dishwashers, microwaves, and more, including appliances made right here in Tennessee. Family owned and family operated. Stop by Kelly Appliance on Jerry Street in Lawrenceburg today.
At Lawrenceburg Federal Bank, we're proud to be locally owned and operated because we're not just a bank, we're family. When you call, you'll be greeted by a friendly representative who's ready to discuss your banking needs, as well as offer our competitive rates on CDs and money market accounts. Our loan decisions are made in-house and never sold to a secondary market because our commitment is simple. You matter to us. At Lawrenceburg Federal, we offer all the conveniences of larger banks with a personal touch. Join us at Lawrenceburg Federal Bank, where community, trust, and service come together. At Lawrenceburg Federal Bank, we're proud to be locally owned and operated because we're not just a bank, we're family. When you call, you'll be greeted by a friendly representative who's ready to discuss your banking needs, as well as offer our competitive rates on CDs and money market accounts. Our loan decisions are made in-house and never sold to a secondary market because our commitment is simple. You matter to us. At Lawrenceburg Federal, we offer all the conveniences of larger banks with a personal touch. Join us at Lawrenceburg Federal Bank, where community, trust, and service come together.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
Welcome back to X Sports Today. AJ Good with Taylor Plott, Brian Gobble, and Michael Marks. Guys, time to play some Keep 'em or Dump 'em when it comes to the world of college football. First one, guys. Lane Kiffin needs to win a national championship to justify him going to LSU.
Oh, 100%. If he doesn't, and he gets fired or leaves or retires or whatever the case is, it's going to look like an all-time dumb move because he has a team right now that could realistically win a national championship, and he left them.
You at least need to get close. Like, you need to be sniffing around in the playoffs every year, playing in the national championship game. You don't make a commitment like LSU did if that isn't the case. That is definitely the expectation.
Yeah, that's definitely the expectation. And, they always say the saying of, sometimes the grass isn't always greener on the other side. That's definitely true, and it could be that this is a thing where Lane Kiffin is just going to do what he has usually done, which is just be a solid coach and flirt around with the playoffs, flirt around with the SEC championship, and maybe make it one year but don't really perform well. But every now and then the grass is greener on the other side, and it very well could be at LSU, and got to take a chance. But yes, I do agree that he needs to win a national championship.
John Summerall and Alex Golish each got 3 years max to turn around at Auburn and Florida.
Golish for sure. I mean, we've talked about it all season. The lack of patience thereof in Auburn. I would say Summerall has a bit more of a window just for the fact that he's a guy that recruits and builds up a program and kind of instills his mentality about things. That's not something that's going to come overnight. I think he'll get a bit of a longer leash, but with Golish, I hate to say it because he's the first time big school head coach, but he's got to win pretty soon.
What's the question? Keep him or dump him?
Yeah. Do they need three?
Do they
years?
need 3 years?
They get 3 years max to turn it around. Knowing the history of both schools.
I don't know. I feel like the leash is pretty short for both. I think from Gainesville, everything that I see online is a lot of people are fed up with Scott Strickland and their athletic director. I've seen a lot of people posting comments about him needing to be fired and him needing to be replaced. So if football goes bad and he doesn't get it done in the next 2 years and they just look awful, even potentially 3 years, then you could see a clean house all around the athletic department. Besides basketball, they're happy with basketball, but baseball stunk, and they're historically good baseball. They invest a lot of money into baseball. Football stunk, and obviously we know that. Basketball, that's good, great. He made a good hire there, but I don't know. I don't know if I guess 3 years is all they could give him. I don't know if I would commit to a longer relationship, but you have to commit long enough to sell the players. Be like, hey, this is our guy. He's going to be able to coach our team. Like, you'll be able to see a lot in year one, and if you see enough in year one, then you can extend. Same thing for Alex Golish. I don't know how either school could give him a longer contract, though.
I say Golish gets 3 years, and if he doesn't turn around, he's gone. I think Summerall gets at least 4. I give him that extra. So I give him the 3. I think he at least gets 4 because there are 2 types of great coaches. You got the great coaches that are like a Nick Saban, like a I'm blanking on Kirby Smart, and you could technically throw Dabo Swinney on there, but it did take him a little bit to get going, but that was just because Clemson was just a dump to begin with. But they can turn programs around very quickly. You saw how Alabama went from a 6-6. I think they ended 6-7. I don't think they won the bowl game that year. To immediately they are contending for a national championship. So you can get those type of coaches that can have a quick turnaround. But then there's the other side of the great coaches that they need some time. They need 3, 4, 5 years to get their guys, to instill their mentality on how they want this program to be, and that takes time for them to get that greatness level out of their team and out of their program. I think Summerall is one of those coaches that can be in that latter category. I think he can be a great coach that just give him some time, give him the opportunity to recruit, to build the program, and it's going to take a handful of years. I don't think Florida, I would suspect that they would, I don't know if they get into bowl contention next year, but I would think that they could flirt with 6 wins. I would suspect that they would be in a bowl game on year 2, but you would think by year 3 and 4 should be contending for potentially an SEC championship, maybe a playoff spot, and just go from there. I think Florida gives a little extra. Auburn's going to be the one that they are just itching, ready to go, and they want results, and they want it now. Yeah. And is Golish the type to turn it around in a year or 2? Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. From USF, it didn't really look like it did too much. But, at the end of the day, just give the guy time. Yeah. But I don't know.
Right. The loser of the Big 12 championship game will still get into the playoff.
Only if it's Texas Tech. I get BYU the record, but if I don't see this weekend going any different than their matchup in Lubbock a couple weeks ago. Yeah. So I just don't think if it's another 26-9 kind of score that you could justify putting BYU in.
Yeah, especially since they lost to them. Ditto.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with that. I think that would be the Big 12 just ends up getting that one team.
And that line is crazy, 12.5 on a conference championship.
50.
Where's that being played? Is that in Dallas?
Dallas.
Yeah, that's AT&T.
Is it still the WWE Big 12 championship?
Well, it was like the Phillips 66 one year.
Yeah.
That was WWE last year.
Last year,
the championship belts.
So, Bama loses on Saturday. Do they still get into the playoff?
Who's going first?
Yeah, I don't know, because I'm still trying to think, because my logic tells me that, yeah, they should. But I just don't know if they're going to put a 3-loss team in, despite them being an SEC runner-up. I don't know if they'll put them over I think they would get the benefit over a 2-loss Utah, but I don't know if they would put Miami in over them. I don't know if they would put Vanderbilt back in over them, because now Vanderbilt would have a better record.
Head-to-head, though. I do not care about record.
But the record's different.
It doesn't matter head-to-head. Head-to-head matters. I think they would, because I think the precedent, as we've talked about before on this show, has been set. The precedent has been set by the playoff committee in the past by saying you don't really get penalized that much for playing in conference championship games. I don't think they did last year, so I don't think they would do that again. And, you split with Georgia. You beat Georgia, who's now going to go in the playoff. They beat you. I would think they put both of them in. I don't think you put Vanderbilt in over them, because head-to-head has to matter. Mm-hmm. I will die on that hill. But
Vanderbilt's 2 losses are to ranked teams. Alabama has a
I
loss
don't
to
care.
Florida State.
I don't care. What happened when they played on the field?
That was 2 months ago.
It doesn't matter. Alabama, I think you're poking me on purpose. Alabama won, and that has to matter. I would think they get in if they lose, unless they just get embarrassed. If they just get dog walked, 55-0,
right,
then I would say no. But I can't imagine when Georgia and Alabama show up and play each other on the field that an outcome like that is possible. So it's probably going to be a close game. Alabama loses by a field goal, maybe a touchdown. I still think they're in.
So last year, both the Big 12 or the Big 10 and the SEC Conference Championship losers both dropped 1 spot. Yeah. Texas fell 1 spot. Penn State fell 1 spot. SMU fell 2 spots in the ACC Championship, and then the Big 12 was only going to get 1 team in anyway. So looks like 1 to 2 spots is going to be what you need to drop. I think if Alabama is to lose, they're going to need a little help, and I'm not sure exactly where they would get it from.
This is just the ultimate question, which I hope and pray to God that tonight we actually get an answer that someone asks. Reese Davis does if Reese asked what happens to Alabama if they lose, I want a straight answer, because you do look at the precedent where they said they don't really penalize you. Okay, we go to the last few conference champions or runner-up. What happened? What Michael just said, they dropped a spot or dropped 2 spots. Yeah. What happens if Alabama stays at 10 or they drop a spot? They're out, because right now they're the last team in with the at-large bid, and who knows if 2 group of 5 teams actually take that 4 and 5 auto spot for the conference champions. This is a tough one, because on one side you have the resume, which is Alabama's strength of schedule is up there. It's top 6, I think. The strength of record is top 6, I think. You have 4 wins against ranked opponents, and then you go to like a team that Notre Dame is right next to them, who's actually ranked just higher than them. They have one ranked win, I think is what it is. Their strength of schedule is like 30. Their strength of record is like 25. And it's like, so you start looking at the resume and you start seeing, okay, well, who is the better team? Yeah. And I've always felt like, yeah, people always go, oh, it's their third loss, or when the 4-team playoff, oh, it's their second loss, they're out. Okay, well, look at who they play in the SEC versus who Notre Dame plays as an independent. Look who Clemson plays in the ACC versus a Georgia in the SEC. It's like you need to look at the resumes, and head-to-head is a big thing. I'm with you. I'm really big on head-to-head stuff. I mean, I feel like we've got this narrative in our minds that you got 3 losses, you're out. You got 2 losses, you're out. And when in reality, you're still trying to get the best teams. And is Alabama one of the best teams? I think so. They kind of, I think, teetering on whether they really should be in if they lose or not. But I don't know. This is one of those where I do think that of all the years so far, I know it's just the second year of the 12th team, I feel like this is probably one that you could get a team with 3 losses in, but I don't know. I said this yesterday, I'll say it again today. If we come at it tonight and they have flipped Alabama and Notre Dame to where Notre Dame's 10, Alabama is 9, that's them saving Alabama from, if they lose the SEC championship game, they are in. They're not going to be dropped out. Notre Dame would be the one that would potentially be left out, but they don't have another game, so they should be solidly in at 10 and safe. Yeah. If Alabama's still at 10 and Notre Dame's at 9, Alabama needs to win that game. I really think so.
I was just about to say that. And another thing that the committee was supposed to look at this year is who's playing, who's getting hot at the right time. I mean, you look at it, some of those teams just outside, Vanderbilt and Miami, have destroyed everybody they've played the last 2 weeks. So I'm not sure how much of that's going to play a factor into it, but I don't know. Tonight at 6 o'clock, it's going to be really interesting just to see what the decisions are that are made.
That's the only thing I'm saying. If they move Bama to 9, that's them saying you lose, you're in. If they keep them at 10, I would lean a little bit more towards Bama needs to win that game.
Yep.
Of the 2 in the Big Ten championship game, because we know that they're in and only one can get a bye, who's the team you want to face the least in the first round of the CFP? Meaning you would have to go to play them.
Oh, like you would have to go travel to their school?
Yeah.
Of Indiana and Ohio State?
Yeah.
I feel like it's got to be Ohio State, right? I mean, Michigan gave them their best punch, and they handed Michigan opportunities in that game. If you watch the first half, and they still just dominated them. It's not that I don't think Indiana is a tough place to play, because we saw them beat Illinois by 53 at home this year. I just think that Ohio State, that it's going to be 110,000 people in there. It's going to be cold. We saw what happened when Tennessee went up there last year. I think if Indiana beats Ohio State, we might be looking at back-to-back champs from Ohio State.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to play Ohio State. Just the name brand, Ohio State, going there, playing there in the shoe, and also the name brand of like their wide receivers just scare the crap out of me. But they ran all over the field in Tennessee last year. Maybe that's just coming from 2 Tennessee fans that just have PTSD from what happened last.
Well, I mean, you could ask an Oregon fan; they would say the same thing.
I wouldn't want to play Ohio State. I don't want to play either of them. Both teams are good, but I guess you can argue Mendoza's playing better than Sayin, and that Mendoza's the guy. And so, what would you rather face, like Julian Sayin and on the wide receivers and Caleb Downs on defense, or would you rather go up against Mendoza? Maybe not as. Indiana crowd would be raucous, but how many? Is it a bigger stadium? I guess you can get an argument there. Is how many is fit in Indiana Stadium? I don't know.
So somewhere
like
probably
60,000.
So
60, yeah.
Is it 60? Is 60,000 screaming fans just as loud as 100,000 screaming fans? As loud at that point? Yeah. I don't know. I still lean Ohio State.
I'm curious to see how both these quarterbacks look in the playoff, because you got Mendoza, who transferred in from Cal, has never been in a situation like this, and then Sayin I think he's a redshirt sophomore, but again, has never played in this situation before. I'm curious to see how they react to each other.
What was the question again?
Of the 2 in the Big Ten championship game, obviously only one can get a bye.
Right.
The other one's going to host next week, which is the one
Which
you
is the
want to
one
go to the least.
The least, probably the shoe.
Yeah.
Ohio State. I mean, you make a good point, which is it 60,000 screaming fans versus 100,000? What's the difference with that? I don't know. I I'm trying to picture Indiana Stadium. I don't think it's like super enclosed, so it's not good. The shoe's going to be louder, but there's just something about playing at Ohio State where their home field advantage is home field advantage. And yes,
they have the championship like pedigree too. Like they
right,
know
yes.
what a big game's coming. They know how to win.
They know how to win.
Indiana hasn't proven that yet. I'm not saying they can't, but they haven't proven it.
Yeah, you're exactly right. So yeah, I would think that the tougher task will be over there in Columbus.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, coming up next. Actually, no. There's one more. I forgot.
What?
Notre Dame and Miami. It's going to be the ultimate. Which one of the two get in? Or does Vandy sneak in and take it from them?
Just the way they've done the rankings in the AP poll the past couple of weeks, which really don't have too much of an impact on this, I don't think Vandy's going to jump Miami. Now, if what Taylor's talking about and is true when they, if maybe they move Alabama up a spot, Notre Dame back a spot, I think that maybe they let Miami jump them again just because of the head-to-head, same record, stuff like that. But it's going to be really hard to keep a team that has won 10 games in a row out of the playoff.
Yeah.
With their two losses being, one of them was at home, but to Texas A&M and Miami, who have a combined 3 losses right now. Miami's 2 losses are to SMU and Louisville, who were both unranked, and were unranked at the time. So,
what happened at the first of the year?
They played on August 31st.
And who won?
Notre Dame on August 31st, or Miami won on August 31st. I'd like to see them play again, honestly.
I would love to see them play again as well.
Eliminator.
Yeah,
eliminator.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. But again, head-to-head has to matter. It has to matter. You played the game for a reason. Miami needs to get in over Notre Dame. But as the Spanish say, ¿por qué no los dos? Why not both?
Yep.
Why can't both of them get in?
Listen, I think you putting Notre Dame and Miami in the playoff over Tulane and James Madison would make for a better playoff.
Yeah, that'd be great.
But again, it's not the rules they made because you wouldn't get these smaller conferences to sign on unless they have a chance to get a team done.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to remember. I don't think it's the current rankings. I think it was something else. Didn't they have Miami ranked or Notre Dame ranked ahead of Miami, like after their first loss or something like that?
Yes.
And there are people talking about the head-to-head. It's like, okay, why did you do that? And I am completely with the head-to-head. I think it matters. And honestly, I think it still matters regardless of when you played. Now, it seems like sometimes the committee might think, okay, well, that was, week 2, I think is what it was. And we've had, was it week 1?
I have Miami, Notre Dame, August 31st.
Yeah.
Unless they played a week 0 game, that's week 1 of the football season.
Week 1. So you're going all the way back to that. Okay, well, you've had a lot of time to see what you're actually made of. I know that sometimes, especially with basketball, head-to-head might start getting a little gray, especially if you play very early in the season, and now you're going into right. And I think that's a different kind of precedent. But I don't know. I feel like that's just a very hard question because I don't know. You look at the Miami losses, and they're just not good losses. And you look at
SMU and Louisville were not
good. They're not good losses. Yeah. And you look at Notre Dame. Notre Dame's they got 2, right? 2 losses, and their losses are to Miami and Texas A&M. Yeah. Those are quality losses there, and both are close games. So I would lean Notre Dame gets the advantage over Miami, but you still got that head-to-head, so it's a tough one. It's a tough one.
The only thing I struggle with when it comes to head-to-head is stuff that happens the first 2 or 3 weeks of the season because those are not the same teams that are going to be playing on the field. So I don't think something that happens to you in August should affect you in December.
He's about to go off on you.
I know you're big on that head-to-head, but
commercial break coming up.
It should matter. I'm with Bryant. It should matter.
It should.
I'm not saying that we disregard how teams are playing now. Alabama is obviously a better team than when they played Florida State. Yeah. I believe if they faced each other right now, Alabama would win running away. Yeah. But at the same time, when a team plays another team head-to-head, like, why?
That matchup, it's important.
It's important. It's important.
It's important.
Anyways, I'll save my breath. It's important.
Well, coming up next, guys, it's time for Trivia Tuesday, and we give the 2 Friends fans some Impossible Friends trivia.
Michael can help.
We'll see how impossible it is.
Shop McMaster's Home Gallery for furniture, appliances, and more. And shop quality, shop convenience, shop service, shop local. A family-owned business with a long history of serving the region, we're a one-stop home furnishings destination. We feature brands you know, competitively priced, backed by professional installation and service. You can trust that we'll take good care of you before and after the sale. For your home, shop smart. Shop McMaster's Home Gallery today.
Got primary care? Find your way to better health with primary care by One Stop Medical. With decades of combined experience, you'll find a one-on-one relationship just like the old days, but with the convenience and technology of today. When One Stop Medical does primary care, it's the best. Call today for an appointment and find your way to healthy living. Serving Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, and Hohenwald. Phone 931-244-8220. Primary care by One Stop Medical at its best.
From our humble beginnings to today, Parks Lumber Company has continuously served Lawrence and surrounding counties for over a century. Although we started as a small lumber yard in 1896, we have grown to include everything you need to make your dream project come to life. No matter your building needs, our experienced staff will be with you every step of the way to ensure you receive the highest customer service and attention to detail you deserve. Visit us at 106 2nd Street or on Facebook. We guarantee you will see working with PLC is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
There are now more ways to save at QuickMart. Become a Quick Club member and easily earn rewards on qualifying purchases at QuickMart convenience stores using the Quick Club app, available on the Apple App Store and Google Play. To save on fuel for work, use the Fuel Rewards Pro app to earn 5 cents a gallon on work fill-ups and redeem the savings for yourself. To get started, visit fuelrewards.com/pro or download the app in the Apple App Store and Google Play.
Top quality equipment rentals at the right price. It's not too good to be true at Rent Right Equipment and Sales. We guarantee clean, reliable products that are up to your standards. Our family-owned business has been doing that for more than 40 years. Let our friendly and knowledgeable staff take care of you from purchase to maintenance. Saws, drills, lifts, mowers, generators, you name it, we've got it. Stop by and see our inventory today, located on Buffalo Road in Lawrenceburg.
Did you know that Resource MFG, an employee bridge company in Lawrenceburg, is the first and largest national manufacturing staffing company? They work alongside the top plants and facilities in the area to provide you with job opportunities in production, quality, maintenance, supervision, and all levels of management. Resource MFG has positions open right now to meet your needs today and a full staff ready to work with industrial partners to grow opportunities for this generation of workers and the next. Reach out today and start your employment journey with Resource MFG.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
Welcome back to X Sports Today. AJ Goodwin, Taylor Plott, Brian Gobble, and Michael Marks. Guys, it is time. We're stepping away from sports trivia. These guys claim they can handle Friends trivia. Now, I don't know if this is impossible or not. I am a fan of the show Friends, but they've watched it way more than I have. So, here we go. I got this off of Instagram, so we'll see. We'll see how good it is. Name of the game show that Joey auditioned for in season 8.
Oh.
I know it. Does Taylor know it?
I can see it.
I even knew this one.
I don't know this one.
It's a funky name.
Yeah, it is.
It's a funky name. Bamboozled.
Yep, that's
Yes!
it.
Bamboozled.
All right.
Bamboozled.
All right, you got that one. Name, what is the color of the couch in Central Park?
It's
I know this
red
one.
or maroon?
Close.
Is it brown?
No.
No.
You're in the ballpark.
I was
Like red,
about to-
you combine all those colors. What do you
Yeah.
get? It's like orangish.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
an orange.
it's
Yeah.
orange.
It's orange.
It's
Yeah.
orange.
It's
Yeah,
orange, yeah. The name of Phoebe's twin sister.
I know this one too.
Oh, Ursula.
Yes.
Yes,
Yay,
that's what it's
all
at.
right. What fruit is Ross allergic to?
It's green.
It's green?
Mm-hmm. The inside's green. The outside's kind of brownish.
If you know it, say it.
Sorry, kiwi.
It's
Yeah.
kiwi, yeah. It's kiwi, yeah.
I was just letting you struggle there a little bit. It builds a suspense. Maybe the audience at home is screaming at their screen like, kiwi!
Kiwi! And this is the final one off Instagram. Who does Phoebe believe is her grandpa because of a framed photo inside of her grandmother's house?
That was Albert Einstein.
Hey, all right. There we go.
Actually saw that episode the other day.
Yeah.
All right. I found some other ones.
Okay.
Okay. What city did Phoebe's scientist boyfriend move to?
I don't know this
It's
one.
in it was Minsk.
Hey,
Good one.
wow.
Good pull.
Yeah.
I didn't know that one.
So Phoebe's brother Frank, his wife Alice, is also Kitty in what popular sitcom?
Oh, that 70s show.
Mhm.
Yes.
I
There you go.
would say I saw her a couple episodes ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little cringe.
Kitty.
What is Joey's penguin's name?
Hugsy.
Yep. Hugsy.
Yeah. When Joey works at Chandler's office, what's Joseph's wife's name?
Oh, jeez, that's a deep cut.
Joey works at Chandler's office.
Because remember, he tried to portray that he actually was married and had kids and a wife.
Oh, I remember now that you say that, but I don't know what the name is.
I don't remember the name.
I don't know that one. Do you know it, Michael?
Nah, I got nothing.
Man.
Karen.
Karen. Okay.
Okay, I finally got
That
you.
was, you got that one. You got.
How did Dr. Drake Ramore die? We find out later he's just in a coma.
Oh, it was the he didn't get pushed, but he just fell down an elevator shaft.
There you go.
Elevator shaft.
There you go. What did Ross say after he tasted Rachel's dessert at Thanksgiving?
What did he say?
Yeah.
Which episode? Which Thanksgiving episode is this?
That was the one where they started all arguing at the end, and Ross's mom had to step in and calm things down. That's the one where Joey was like, "I want to go."
Oh, okay.
I
don't know.
because she made the English, was it trifle or something? But she made it with
Yes.
peas and beef,
Beef sauteed with peas and carrots.
carrots, and then a layer of whipped cream.
I like it.
What does
Custard
Ross say
good.
after he
Damn
tastes it?
good. Beef
This tastes. Oh, he said this tastes like feet.
Yes,
that's what it was. This tastes like feet.
We had to talk through it, but
Yeah.
Taylor got there.
Good job. What is Chandler Bing's job?
I'll tell you what it's not.
It's not a transponder.
It's not a transponder.
I think he's like data analysis or something like that.
Close. You're
close.
close. Both of those words are in there.
Because he does say it right at some point.
Yes.
I
Actually, a
can't-
couple episodes.
Something data analyst. I don't know.
I
That's
don't
all
know.
I got. That's all I get.
Statistical analysis
Statistics.
and data reconfiguration.
Okay,
He said most of the
statistical
words.
Wow.
analysis
I
and
said
data
yeah.
reconfiguration. I got 50%. Then we get half a point for that one.
Yes. Okay.
I don't know.
What is Rachel's father's drink?
He's like is he a Scotch guy?
How?
One ice cube.
Is it one ice?
No,
There's a name for it.
I don't know what it's called.
You're gonna say this, and we're gonna know what it is.
Neat.
Neat. Dang
Neat.
it.
That's right. No ice.
No ice.
What was the name of the play where Joey played the lead role as a therapist?
Oh, that was a Sweeney. Was it? No, not Sweeney Todd. It was the one where he was portraying. Was it who's the old guy that they always like for therapy or something like back in like the 1800s, right, or something like that.
I don't know. I can't remember this one at all.
Freud.
Yeah.
That still doesn't ring a bell.
Freud.
Psychology. I got you.
Yes. Yeah.
What was the name of the buffet's dog that Phoebe ran over?
I remember this episode. I can't think of the dog's name though.
What's the name of the dog?
Is it something easy like Fluffy?
Floyd.
No.
Because didn't she like take it home and then like send it back with like a letter or something like that?
Yeah. Oh, I can't think of his name.
I can't think of it
What does it
either.
start
I can
with?
see the dog.
S. Starts with an S.
It's like kind of a normal name. Snoopy, Spot, Spotty, Scruffy.
Schnoodle.
Schnoodle.
Okay.
Schnoodle. What was the name of the lipstick that Joey did a commercial for?
Ichiban.
There you go.
Good pool.
The two friends that actually worked at the coffee house.
Was it? Ooh, is it Joey and Rachel?
Yeah.
I was curious. Are you asking for Gunther or Rachel?
No, the two of the
Okay,
the friends,
I remember
yeah.
Rachel, and yes, Joey did because he kept singing. He kept giving away like free muffins.
Well,
like,
I would say my favorite part is he comes into the coffee shop, and this is like late season 6 or something like that. And the guy's like, "You coming to work?" And he's like, "Oh, I quit like 3 weeks ago." He's like, "I've been just hanging out."
Yep. Then there's that the interaction with him and Gunther where he's trying to pick up this girl and he's like, Joey's saying some things and Gunther's like and Joey's like, seriously, Gunther, you should take care of that cough before somebody takes care of it for you.
All right, the handcuffs that Chandler found in the closet, whose were they?
Oh, that was Phoebe's grandmother.
Yeah.
Was it Phoebe's grandmother?
You got the grandmother part right.
Was it Monica's
It was
okay.
Monica's grandmother. Okay, who sang the Friends theme song?
Oh, who is that band?
I really don't know. I never knew
Is
this
this a
one.
well-known band? I mean, I know the song.
This is their hit.
Okay.
Yeah.
No. They had like one or maybe 2 other hits, but this is
the well-known one.
The hit, yeah.
You can't answer.
No, I'm not. I was just wanting to see. I wouldn't have ever got it.
I didn't see.
The Rembrandts.
The Rembrandts.
I wouldn't have ever got that.
I knew it started with an R.
And finally, what does Phoebe say she'll buy for the triplets while they're singing in her uterus? I forgot about this. It's so good.
I'll buy. Are you in there, little fetus? Won't you come greet us? I will buy you some Adidas.
What a pull from that.
I got that.
Oh, wow. That's a great one to end on right there. Perfect. That's a great one to end on. Well, that's a good one for Trivia Tuesday. We doesn't always need to be sports. We can throw out some. We might do some more stuff like that.
We'll pull some SpongeBob.
You're on your own. 100%. So for Taylor, Bryant, Mike, I'm AJ. We're off tomorrow. We'll be back on Thursday here on Exports Today.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.